locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Throwing now, Stewart. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Stewart sets to throw. A throw for Golladay is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Play action. It's Herbert. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
ground. This is Derrick Henry. A little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
A give to Henry. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And his first carry, he loses the football. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
This is caught and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
Now this throw caught left side. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Taylor working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down and 3. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor, and he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Rosas good with the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Herbert now. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A first down carry for Henry. And some room to run now. And he's got this down to the 35.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll run on first down. It's Tucker, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multi-tap.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And this is going to double their room to maneuver. Able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Stewart. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. 2nd down and 7.
Here's Stewart to throw it. And it's caught by Hooper. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They will throw on first down with Stewart. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Looking to throw. Stewart. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Tucker. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Over the middle here to Brown.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st down, Tucker. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Tucker. He's to the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
But for a running back, that kind of encompasses everything right there. Terrific run, but he almost gets it to the end zone. Remember, almost. Didn't quite get there. Most running backs I know, they don't want to come out of the game now. They're screaming to the bench, call it again. I want to get into the end zone.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Now Stewart, 2nd down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Austin Hooper. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Rosas now to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. They'll try the left side. Tucker dances by him. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there. 87 yards. And the Titans on one play have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back. Mike, 55, right there in the middle, 55.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off the play fake, here's Cordell Stewart rolling to his right. That's caught by Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. On the handoff, Taylor. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
back to throw. Stewart. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Titans are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory.
182 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On second down, it's Tucker, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year.
And the Titans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Second down, another run with Taylor.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Here's Stewart from the gun on third down. He completes this to Russell Gage.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And some room to maneuver. And this will get them all the way inside the Tennessee 20. A big play there for Indy. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Stewart on 1st and 10. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of one.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick.
And the Titans are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again. Well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. Tucker. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 205 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. On 1st down, Henry. And some space here. A solid stiff arm. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. It's Tucker, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus.